It is a warm welcome to a cold day here in Tauranga, Bay of Plenty, Aotearoa, New Zealand, and a welcome along to the first match day in the World Rugby Pacific 4 Series. We are excited to be here and excited to have your company. Fans have braved the weather. It has been torrential rain here in Bay of Plenty throughout the morning. Hopefully it eases throughout the afternoon. Two cracking games ahead. We start with Canada taking on the United States. These two teams played in the initial Pacific 4 Series last year, shared honours. In fact, no, they didn't. Canada taking both games, although the United States much better in the second. As we have a look at both sides, 5 debutants in the Rob Kane coached USA team today. Captain for the first time by Christine Summer. And it's a similar story for Canada with a new captain there as well. And Sophie De Goody has the opportunity to lead her side out for the first time here in Tauranga. A great pleasure to welcome to the commentary box former Blackfern Christina Sue as we have a look at the respective benches. Great to have your company today, Sue. Looking forward to a good game to start us too.
Tēnā koe sumo, no mai hoki mai, and welcome in everybody at home and around the globe. I'm excited to be here, Sumo. I know that any opportunity to play test match footy is important for any side, especially a World Cup. Yeah, Sumo.
Welcome underway as our teams are called onto the field. Focus is real. Always a beautiful welcome here in Bay of Plenty. A special moment for those two teams getting a taste of what's to come during Rugby World Cup 21, now being played this year in 2022. USA have won the toss. They will be playing right to left. And it is time now for the national anthems. We will start with O Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding and join us in the singing of the Canadian and United States national anthems.
All the passion you'd expect from these two great American rivals. Canada, as mentioned, had the better of the contest last year. Rob Kane, the coach of the USA, has had to roll the dice today with so many players involved in the Allianz Premiership final in England over the weekend. 3 of the US squad involved in the winning Saracens side: Alev Kelter, Lottie Clapp and Carly Waters. So some opportunities. Lauren Jenner is our match referee for this match. It's going to be all about control today.
Absolutely. Cool, just in my time picker. That's good to know. Are we on the big clock? Cool.
All set to go with the kickoff countdown underway. Hawkins with the ball for the USA. Take it just outside the 22. Good, strong early carry from Holtkamp. Miller kicking over the top, rather miscuing that one. Bitzer was back. Good opportunities up the middle, and a strong carry too from Johnson. Tipped on by Kotlinski. The ball has gone loose. Maybe the story of the day. Svoboda, the open side flanker. Played away by the new captain, De Goody. And there to help out was Pamphonette Buissa. Strong carry and good leg drive. First penalty of the match goes to Canada.
Just over here.
Frenetic opening passage of play.
You sense the intent there from Canada, wanting to play quick, fast rugby despite the conditions. A good carry there from Tyson Bukaboom.
Penalty hasn't found touch. And the US had a chance to return fire. They do so up over the halfway line. Plenty of space on the run for Alarie. Good support over the top. Cal Juvie getting up and across. De Goody again. Quickly there is Miller. Through the hands of Taylor Perry. 5 metres in from touch. 8 inside the USA half. Looking for a strong carry again. Bukaboom it is, putting the hand up. They go short side. It's a little fake. Taken by Tessier. She loses the ball. Johnson sets. Caleb. Looking for runners, but very deep. Paris Redding on debut today.
Use it! Pressure, Corey.
Hawkins, high. And rather getting out of the way of that instead of catching it. Canada lucky to get away with it. Sitting on the halfway line again. Miller. Ball carrying early from this Canadian pack has been solid.
Good, thank you.
Looking for the offload and gets it. Advantage being played.
Girls, that was forward there. Blue 4 just here. Blue 4, offside. Back 10.
Good passage of play there from Canada. They're still playing that up-tempo style of play that they want to. Just unfortunate about the offloads and these conditions. They might need to tidy them up, but I love the confidence and the intent from this side.
Canada have been punching holes. Maybe just looking for that runner just a little closer to the shoulder.
Defense in front today.
Some of the defense
in front, you'll be at the front. Cool.
has been good, but the US will be very cognizant of not giving this Canadian side too much room.
Keep that mid again.
Harrigan has the throw. Finds a target. Now the drive. Inside the USA 22 for the first time in the match. Harrigan still has it. Buissa trying to get a hand on the ball. The drive continues. Buissa now trying to feed it back. That was taken back into the maul. They get away with one, Canada. Driving on, it's Buissa still. Pick and go from Castle. Popped up, just short. Goody can't find the line. They go again. Under the pop, the US, and De Merchant comes up with the first try.
Fantastic try, De Merchant, and I think that comes off a very clinical set piece. They hit the back ball on the line out. The maul was excellent, and they all got the numbers in, and the USA were obviously caught off guard, not numbers in the line, and it was a well-teamed try from that forward pack there.
Injured Blackfern skipper Les Elder on the sideline with us. What did you make of that, Les?
I think that was just a really good platform. You know, watching them in the warm-up, Canada were always going to go and use their line-out maul and to a pick and go. So really good play from the pack and finished off nicely by De Merchant.
The try is given. There's just one moment in that maul that confused me. It looked to me as if Buisa had taken the ball out of the maul and then rejoined. Goody, the captain, with the kick for posts, and it's away. So Canada with a 5-0 lead. 5 minutes gone in the match. Here's the final play to Merchant, and enough control in a tangle of legs to get the opening try in the game.
Behind the line, kicker. Just kick it behind the line.
Deep on the restart this time. Cal Juvie has a good step, but can't get away from Katana Howard.
Take a step, take a step. Backwards.
It's gone through the hands. Backwards is the call, and that is a good pickup. Pass was behind her, but Bukaboom had the skill to reel it in.
Yeah, use it.
Patience from Miller. She'll look for the kick. Coming up to take it was Bitzer. Good support from the number 8, Catherine Johnson. And that's spilt out again. Buisa couldn't pick it up. Back in US possession.
Advantage.
Bukaboom can't get out of the way and concedes penalty advantage. Kaylee. Solid tackle from Svoboda, who looks aggressive early in this match. US forced to kick again, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Bukaboom was caught in there and obviously couldn't get out of there, not rolling away, and that gives easy, I guess, meters and advantage to USA, who I'd anticipate would look to go to touch here and get that field position in territory.
We knew the packs were going to be important, Les, but Canada's at the moment edging US.
Yeah, 100%. They're getting good go forward. I think too, again, watching them in the warm-up, they're really looking at being able to offload as well. So that second action is big for them, which is going to keep USA on their toes and mean they're going to have to be connected on D really well.
Feels marks here. Feels you're on the mark.
Bitzer finds touch. First visit for the US to Canada's red zone.
On the AR, guys. On the AR.
Small numbers called.
That's not straight.
And that is not straight. Hallie Talfu climbing high.
Scrub
But
a
the
line
throw
out.
from Kitlinski, not finding the mark.
Inside.
You're disappointed there as a thrower when you know that's your one job, but in saying that, it could be a timing issue. It could be, you know, jumpers or lifters not quite getting it right. First opportunity for them to have a line out, so I'm sure they'll be looking to tidy that up next time.
I'll move out of your way.
Oh, these are the days forwards dream of.
Bones.
In the trenches for 80 minutes. Field holding up well here. Under pressure from the weather. Partially charged down. Ball is available. Canada reclaim possession. Miller looks for options. Bukaboom wants another carry. Now they'll look for the exit from depth. Good coverage in front of the kicker. Kick straight down the middle of the park. Bitzer.
Hold that mark, Emma.
Good weight on the kick. They have to carry it out, Canada. And again, the kick is not great. Straight down the center of the field where it's picked up by Hawkins. Hawkins looking for one over the top, trying to put pressure on Miller, and Miller takes the fair catch.
All offside. Where's the mark?
Offside the call from referee Lauren Jenner.
All offside in front of the kicker.
That counter-attack, Canada are not quite getting connected on defence, and USA are looking to plug those corners, plug in behind. And conditions like today, it's a no-brainer to me when you want to put those back three under pressure. The kicking game is going to be vital just to test the handling capabilities from both sides.
10th minute of the match, and a bonus penalty here as Hawkins makes no mistake finding touch. Pressure on Kitlinski here. Didn't get the last one right. Friendly word from Nick James. Big opportunity in the match this. USA come around the short side. Kitlinski. Canada's defence holds. Pick and go, Benson. Handling this well, the red wall of defence. Penalty advantage given again. There will be no let up here from this US pack. They know they're playing under advantage. They drive close. Fresh advantage. Kaylee tipped on, beautifully done. First try for the US goes to Hallie Talfu.
And why wouldn't you celebrate? That was an excellent set piece, a well-deserved try. I mean, everything from there, from the moment they had the line out
to that, and if not, then we come back for advantage.
Exactly, is outstanding. But they are checking to see whether that was a forward pass or not.
Yes, Lauren, I'm here.
On-field decision is try, but can you please just check that pass?
Checking pass to see if it's forward on-field decision. Try.
Correct, thank you.
Call as a try from Lauren Jenner. TMO Lee Jeffrey will have a look. It was the last tip on she was interested in. It was under penalty advantage.
From the moment she did that tip on, she was only half a metre in front of the 5 metre line there. It could be marginally forward there. Be a real shame if they not awarded this try. I love the confidence to be able to execute that skill under pressure.
Those are the only 2 angles that we've got.
Okay.
Yeah, from the angles that I can see, the footage is inconclusive.
Okay.
Stay with your on-field decision.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Lee. Footage inconclusive, so we're sticking with the on-field decision. Try stands. Cool.
The try stands. No clear evidence to overturn Lauren Jenner's original decision. Also interesting to look at the hands here on the tip-on. They are facing backwards. That does come into calculation.
Yes. Decision's not conclusive, and I think from actually executing this try, it came from a really solid set piece. They knew about conditions. They knew to go to the front board. Had a good, composed pick and go. It was a great team try in the end.
Challenging kick first up for Mackenzie Hawkins. Can't convert the try. Hallie Talfu dots down for the US, and it was, as you mentioned, Sui, fantastic set-piece try. They sucked Canada out wide, came back on the short side, wrapped around.
And when you're ready, kicker.
And put the pressure on. They conceded penalty advantage, Canada. And then from there, Talfu stayed wide. Johnson. Shape to pass, takes the hit up instead. Bookaboom there to bring her down.
Stay red, hold red.
Bridget Kaylee. Back for Hawkins. Just inside the 22. And they'll need to be quick on the pick. Canada under some pressure now. It was Paige Ferries. Finally getting the ball under control. Bookaboom is putting her hand up for shift of the half here. Aljuvi finds Ferris again. Very combative, isn't it, Les? Canadians just going straight up the guts.
It is. They're getting their good carries off their halfback. You know, the three in the first phase are carrying really well, making good gain line, which is obviously setting them up for the second phase. So, yeah, really good momentum from Canada at the moment.
Boulain did very well to keep that ball on the field of play. It's Merchant, the try scorer for Canada, taken down on the 10-metre line inside USA territory. Pamphonette Buisa ran a great angle, popped it up for Svoboda.
Play on, she's first on it.
And now the ball's been picked up and carried back by Tafu, the try scorer who concedes the penalty. Catherine Johnson.
The great steal there from Sophie De Goody. I mean, a leader, captain, stepping up when the moments count. But as you can see from even this passage of play, Canada's intent to hit the edges, maybe swing back towards the 15, but they're always looking to go that blind, which has been evident in this first opening 13 minutes.
Because I need you to drop 10.
Pressure back on the US. Veronica Harrigan has the throw. She's standing in the field of play. And that one is not straight.
Outside shoulder. Scrum the line out, guys. Scrum the line out.
Was she inside the field there, Somo, or did she have a foot on the line? I think she may have marginally got away with that. I'm not sure if the ARs are picking up on that, but she certainly had a one-step advantage by almost having a foot inside the field there, but it will be disappointed with the throw.
It's become so commonplace.
Speed it up.
But that was rather pronounced. Kedlinski throws. Tafu could not get that under control.
Early lift from
And an early lift from Canada means the pressure valve is released here.
It's a short arm.
Messy at set piece, Les, but you can forgive given the conditions out there.
I actually thought it was a bit tough making your hooker throw to the back in these conditions from Canada, but you know, that's what these big test matches are about, and you need to be able to execute under any conditions. So, like you said, pressure valve released, and USA get another opportunity of their scrum.
USA have opted for the scrum from the free kick.
Half, I'll move out of your way. I'll just stay with you. Crouch!
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Bones! Sit!
Good pressure from Canada's scrum. Has this decision backfired on the US? They've got no halfback at the moment. It was Kaylee who had to take it in. Driven up by Ashenbrocker.
Hands and feet!
Real close in defensive line from the Canadians here as well. I'm not expecting the US to try anything fancy in terms of width here. And they don't. And instead, they will earn the penalty for offside. That goes against the captain, Sophie De Goody.
Timing issue.
Yeah, Sophie De Goody a bit too eager on that one, but I'm not sure if you saw the wide shot. Canada's defensive line, almost all 14-odd players are within the 50-metre line, well, 51 half of the field, and I suppose that's that heads-up rugby, right? That's that tactical nous to be able to read where the space is, not necessarily always going for I guess what's anticipated, but if they were to play out eyes up footy, they'll see the space out wide, out on that right side.
Yeah, it was very pronounced, wasn't it? Only then did they back away once they knew Mackenzie Hawkins was playing, but there was space out on the right side if they were brave enough to have a crack.
Just inside the thing, yep.
Stolen. It's loose. Miller finally manages to get a hand on it. And Sabrina Poulain sets it for the halfback again. Bookaboom this time. Can't hold on to the pass. A rare mistake for the big lock forward.
Tyson Bookaboom's been impressive in this opening stanza and in her ability to carry. She has been the main ball carrier for them, and just probably a bit then she's probably looking forward before the first moment, which is to put hands on the ball.
Captain climbing high. Makes the play.
Stoppage will allow the water on. Just let them know. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Johnson got away from the marker. Good line, but good read on defence as well. Katana Howard took the ball back from Matai Tonga. Benson caught well behind the gain line. Gets the pass away. Matai Tonga wrapped up by Buisa. Good defence. It's such a powerful leg drive, both defensively and offensively. Benson can't handle that. Runs into the shoulder of Demerchant. Some heavy hits early in the match. Away for Poulain. Miller's there quickly, but Kaylee does enough to slow down the ball. Now Kaljuvi. Holtkamp. Picked away by Johnson. Johnson has been formidable so far in this match as well. Benson sets. Kaylee there, deep as Hawkins.
All on.
Ferries. Now the relieving kick.
Inside the 50.
No genuine wipers, but spins back on the 15-metre line. And Hawkins looking for touch, finds a good one.
Much better there from Hawkins. She's got a good boot on her. She's got some power behind that, and I don't think she's using it as effectively as often as probably she could be in this game. It just relieves a whole heap of pressure where she can kick, get that field position, get some territory, and then, like Canada, allow some line speed and defensive efforts from USA to put Canada under pressure in the right areas of the paddock.
Kenzie Hawkins out of the Lindenwood University system, one of the great college programs in American rugby.
She's in the middle, she's fine.
Good drive again here, but now the US desperate to hold this up. They've gone swimming through the middle. And they will win the turnover. Scrum, good defensive play from the Women's Eagles.
That's got to get them excited, because I would say that Canada would be backing their line out more as a weapon of theirs. So for USA to turn that one, definitely going to get the confidence up.
They've had to soak up some pressure, haven't they, Les? So wins like that become so crucial in the momentum of the game.
They do, and I think too, adding to what Sui said earlier, just playing at the right ends of the field in these conditions, you know, it's heavy underfoot. The girls are looking a little bit puffed. So if we can relieve that pressure and execute off these little wins, can be really crucial for USA.
Kaylee, who's looked sharp today, and that is just stone cold dropped by Mackenzie Hawkins. She apologises.
She's had a good game so far, Hawkins, and again, these conditions, the handling areas are always going to be elevated when you've got a slippery ball. And been impressed with Bridget Kaylee's distribution from 9.
Looks like we got blood.
Girls, just make sure that, just with the scrum time, your timing's really good, but just careful with the ball has to be in before you push. It's been okay, but just careful, yep.
Kate Benson's been around long enough, Les, so I think that might be a good old-fashioned take a knee moment.
This will be nothing for her. She'll be strapped up and straight back into it, I'm sure.
Don't think it's tactical there, Les?
Nah, not 20 minutes in. Just cover up the blood, we'll be good.
Well, a chance for the players to draw breath here. It's been attritional in the pack as well, Sui. A lot of ball carrying from the forwards. We knew there would be. A lot of maul play as well. It's all energy-sapping stuff. Heavy underfoot, as Les said. And then having to use the legs over and over again to try to get on the front foot.
game drivers really need to step up. That's your halves, your first, your back three. If they can get that territory game, like I alluded to earlier, it just relieves so much pressure from the forward pack. They don't have to do unnecessary carries where in conditions like this, handling is sometimes a little bit more challenged. Good opportunity when you have stoppages in play like the Sailors that they can regroup. It's an opportunity for forward packs or the back line to get together and start chatting about the next moments.
The screen's correct.
Yeah, it is. I think what's really cool to see is that both teams are like looking to throw the ball around. And I think with conditions like this that we keep talking about, the team that actually is able to execute that, to hold onto the ball, is probably going to be more successful. So loving the confidence to see them throw the ball. Excited to see what they can do with ball in hand.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Better scrum from the US this time. The pressure on the Canadians. Looking for a favourable bounce. Won't get it. And cleared away downfield again. Protection of the 22 for Bitsa.
100%.
That's a good exit there from Bitsa. Again, pretty good boat. Been able to get it upfield a good 20, 30 metres. And they can test this lineup.
Girls, we need a blue hooker in here, 2 and 2. Right. Time's on.
Scrappy again at line out time, and a small knock on again, and the US celebrating these moments. It just shows what it means to them to get these victories at set piece time.
They are pumped. Every opportunity they get, every small win, they are celebrating, high-fiving, smacking each other on the back. But now they need to turn this into something.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Big moment here, another big moment. They are bounced up. They're ready to roll, the US.
It's that psychological advantage that they're trying to get over the Canadians, isn't it, Les? When the celebrate wins like that at set piece, you can see them celebrating all right.
It definitely is. I mean, we live, you live for that stuff when you're in the 8, in the front row and in the pack. So for them to get those wins, you can see the emotion there. Keeps they're on a high. So again, another opportunity, set a platform to go again.
Speaking of Rob Kane before the match, head coach of the US side, he mentioned 21 players in their roster had experience in the Allianz Premiership this year. And pretty much all the front 5 players found a spot on a team roster. So to learn your craft in a week in, week out competition up front like that is invaluable to the success of this team.
Off the foot, play on. Backwards.
They have a short side option. Canada put numbers in behind. Bridget Cayley again. Hawkins just tipping it on. Hawkins back in position. Now the kick over the top. They've seen the space in behind. Canada's defensive line is flat. Now Poulain under some duress to get this ball back. Holtkamp and Bukaboom lending support now to the carry of Demerchon. Harrigan, inch by inch, trying to work themselves out of their own red zone here.
Hold.
Hawkins takes it well, just inside touch. Ball was live for Bitsa. Quite know what to do with it, shovels it on in the end. Support from Johnson. That ball's gone loose.
Yeah.
And we'll set a scrum.
Bridge scrum.
Seems this is a little bit disjointed from the USA Eagles side in terms of what is their runner system. And I mean, the one-off runners, they're trying to give those passes timing's out. But potentially, whoever's in there leading that forward pack, someone might need to bring her pack in and say, let's set up our runners, let's set up our pods, get some direct go forward to allow, I guess, the backs to play.
Time's on. That's it. Over the mark. Crouch. No. Bind. Sit. Say.
And it's a solid scrum. Taken out by Taylor Perry. Have not seen much of Perry in this match. Considering her role as a playmaker, that is a good defensive play from Poulain, but perhaps even better from Bitzer to get away from the attention of two. Tipped on by Paris Redding, one of the debutantes in this American side today. Kitlinski looking for a carry now is Summer. Her first test as captain. And another debutant right there, Kaylee, with a good ball back to Hawkins, and Hawkins kicks again. Miller. Calturvi gets good distance on the kick. And it'll be Kaylee coming across, goes down, can't pop up in the attention of Paige Ferries.
Turnover's good.
And a turnover is made by Calturvi. Harrigan. Good mobility from the hooker to get across, and now Sophie de Goody, the Canadian captain, rumbles upfield. Fullback taken out of play for the US. Bitzer was involved in the tackle on the captain.
Thank you.
May have been an option for one over the top on that play. They have the penalty option anyway.
Last six.
Miller. De Goody. Good support play from Ferries. Make sure she sealed that ball off. Inch by agonising inch this. Boom loses the ball on the tackle.
No advantage.
And they'll come back. No advantage on the penalty call.
Sunny win. Blue 4, offside.
They tap quickly. Tessier. Boom. Another thunderous tackle from Evie Aschenbrucker. Just a metre short of the US line.
Yeah.
A sense of inevitability here on the play. Just short again. One wide they go, and Demirchant might have a couple here. Lauren Jenner looks, and she'll have to have a nosy upstairs.
You see the grounding, Amber? Okay. Yeah, neither have I. Lee, are you there? Timo, please.
Yes, I'm here.
On-field decision is no try because I haven't seen a grounding, but I just want to make sure there wasn't a grounding before I got round. And then if it's not a no try, we're going to go back for an offside.
Yep, great blue. We're going to go back.
Yes, Lauren, checking if there is a grounding. On-field decision is no try.
Correct, thank you.
I think that's down. From this angle, it looks as though there's grounding and there's pressure from Demirchant.
Canada's running back, so they're pretty confident that that's down.
Are you there, Lauren?
Yes, I've got you, Lee.
I have got a grounding for the ball, so you can overturn your decision and award the try.
Thanks, so I can overturn my decision because there was a grounding. Try stands.
That's correct.
What a day.
Lee,
What
can you
a
just make sure I
day
got the
for
right
Olivia
answer?
Demirchant. Comes up with a second try in the half. And Canada's Big Boppers going to town on the USA on the play.
I think they're just looking really clinical. They look structured. They know where to be in the right areas. And I think that was good heads-up footy. I thought, oh, it's a bit, playing tempo. They wanted to catch the USA off, on the back foot. They're playing that momentum game, and it paid off there.
Well, it behooves me too to just offer a hat tip to the crowd here in Tauranga. It is a day for ducks, but they have arrived and they will continue to arrive for the afternoon. 2 games today, of course. This is the first. Sophie de Goody. Keeps the head down, gets a good connection, and the kick is good. That is a great conversion from the captain. Not to mention one of the most relaxing kicking setups of all time. Les, I'd love your thoughts on this play.
Oh, it was just good forward play, you know, good forward momentum. I think de Goody actually kicked it off with a pick and go, which actually made the USA girls have to tighten up their defence, and then that created a bit more space, one off the ruck. So she's having an outstanding game so far, and here she goes again.
Yeah, she sure is. Leading from the front is Sophie de Goody.
Use it!
From Victoria, British Columbia.
Use
Member of
it!
the Castaway Crusaders. What a great club name that is. Tricky bounce again for Bitzer. Johnson is there in support. Both number 8s today have been sensational so far. Kaylee trying to get her hands on the ball. Benson takes a hit up. Protects her first 5. Now her front row mate, Nick James. Concedes the penalty. Straight over the top they were. Svoboda, I think it was. Holtkamp wasn't far from the scene either.
Yeah, there's a great jackal there, and it just shows the importance of when you carry, you must have your support either side. Against a quality side like Canada, they'll look to jackal, they'll look to tackle and make those steals. So USA will be looking to tidy up that, I guess, carrying structure there where they can get their support on them a little bit earlier.
Caljuvi with the kick. And that is a good nudge too. There's the carry. Straight over the ball. And an irresistible picture for the referee, Lauren Jenner. Harrigan throws to the outside of the hand again. Kaylee's quickly onto it. Another turnover at set piece time for the US side. Ashenbrucker. Good yards.
Leave it.
Rushing up and reading the play well. Some of the captain was under pressure. Was there a touch? Sounded like there might have been. In the hands of Poulain. Sabrina Poulain putting on a step and a fan. Finally cut down. Caljuvi. Got the ball from Tessier. Castle. Miller there. Perry. Haven't seen much of her. Gets the ball inside. Picked up in the legs by Brianna Miller. Was that a knock on?
No control. Lost forward.
Canada are playing some exciting footy. They're punching the line with pace and intent. They're direct. And I think that started from the run of, was it Fairies or Poulain, who came off of that counter and was outstanding. Got some meters. You see her here was outstanding there in terms of looking for that space and just backing herself.
It was a great line from Taylor Perry. We haven't seen much of her today. Don't forget the new official Rugby World Cup app. Lets you enjoy unrivaled coverage of rugby's showpiece event with dedicated sections to cover all the action from Rugby World Cup 2021, of course being played this year in 2022. Download Rugby World Cup app now.
Outside, yep.
Perry, I would love to see her get more involved. I think that line Les for that first 5 just coming back
Blue scrum, lost forward red.
Agree. I think her taking on the line like that really, you know, puts the defence in two minds. I think if that pass would have come off, it, you know, might have been something different to see right then. It could have been under the posts. But, yeah, I'm really excited to see her run a little bit more to hold this defence.
US scrum right on their 22-metre line. Split defence. Svoboda stayed out, made the tackle on Tana Howard. An advantage was being played. Sophie de Goody this time conceding the penalty.
8 off their feet. Yeah.
She had the right idea. Again, USA a little bit loose in that support line, but you need one crack at it, one attempt. Heard the ref there say, leave it. That's when she has to be disciplined and let it go, because otherwise, like you see here, Hawkins' kick will get them some metres up the field.
And the last scrum did red drop to the knee.
Might be overly happy.
Sorry.
Canadian front row under pressure here as well, and they will know that. Lauren Jenner just asking the question of her assistants, just to check the knee of Olivia de Merchant. It's a line out to start though. Kedlinski finds the targets, the captain Summer, but Summer can't hold on. Here's Perry coming from depth. Puisa through the hands. Caljuvi has to pick it up.
You girls, there's
And
no
that's
advantage.
Judge Ford.
Lock onto the line out.
They'll come all the way back for a scrum.
Thanks, Ty. I was instructed there. Lost forward on the line out.
Paige Ferry's had the right idea there, coming in off that wraparound out the back. It's just, again, those passes need to go in front, not behind, if they are going to take advantage of the, you know, the advantage there.
Canada have quite a deep attacking shape. There might be opportunity to just flatten that up a little bit. Might make things a bit easier on that catch pass. Obviously, the run catch pass today is pretty critical under these conditions. Again, we can teams can keep that ball in hand. They're pretty exciting.
De Goody comes out the back with it. Tessier and a wraparound play with Perry. Up from fullback is Alari. Bookaboom.
Out now, 5.
Benson was tempted to have a crack at it. Had to get out of the way. Here's Ferries.
Girls, take a step.
Back for Miller. This is danger time for the US. Less than 4 minutes now to the break. And they daren't concede another try. Good ball from Perry. Misses one. Finds Harrigan. And they will win the penalty. It's just lazy.
Tana Howard caught in there, needs to roll away, can't afford to be giving Canadians the opportunity to get back in this game, or to, you know, with this close to the half time, to actually be able to, you need to stop that momentum. Momentum shift's going to be the real winner here.
That's a good kick too from Tessier. I'm really interested in your call on that attacking structure too, Les. It just feels, doesn't it, if you just tighten it up, maybe a metre, then those passes can stick. You can still bamboozle. They've got the structure.
They do, and I mean, you will see on screen that it is bucketing down now, so it's probably afford to bring things in a little bit tighter. If the teams can hold on to the ball, build that momentum, build that pressure, it'll reward them. But at the moment, we're probably teams are probably just trying to throw the ball a little bit too far, too often, maybe. So tightening it up is probably going to benefit them all.
Four-pack's trying to tell the back line to go have an early shower here. They don't want the backs to have it at all. Up the guts they go, Canada. It is their go-to play. It is their best option in conditions like this. Will we see the ball go more than one out? I doubt it. Bookaboom. Puisa carries high and carries over. There's the try. A third for Canada right before the break.
Captain.
Great try there from Bookaboom, and she was deserving. Oh, sorry. Puisa there, she's deserving of that, in the right position, going with that momentum, pick and go. She was either there for the pick, or she would have popped out one for, you know, out numbers. There's no one marking that blind side there, so well done for her for being in the right position at the right time.
Okay, thank you.
It was physics in the end, wasn't it? Emily Henrich taking on Pamphonette Buisa.
I think this is where the game's going to be played. Canada know that they've probably got them up front, physically are dominating at the moment. The tighter game is rewarding them. So I would imagine that Sophie de Goede is having a conversation about tightening things up and just taking it forward.
Thank you. Great, thanks, Ty.
We may well get a chance for a restart here after this de Goede attempt. 1 from 2 so far today. Kicks away again, and unfortunately this one not on target. We will have time for the restart with 30 seconds remaining. 58% of possession and 57% of territory for Canada so far in the half. More than 3 minutes inside USA's 22. 50 rucks and mauls to 31. Tells the story really. Canada have just been able to control possession, control position. Here's the skipper, de Goede again. To Merchant. Holkin. 40 gone. They just need to clear for touch here. Miller may well do the honours herself. She does. And that will take us to the half-time break. First match day here in the Pacific 4. And Canada lead their North American neighbours 17 points to 5. Handshakes all round from the bench. It has been the pack that has laid the foundation for this Canadian side and for the lead. Half-time here in Tauranga, 17-5. Olivia de Merchant, 2 tries today. Christina Sue joins us back in the commentary box. Sue, she's been a beast.
She has come away with a double. I said it at half-time, she's been in the right positions at the right time. 44 test caps, you know. She's had 3 as captain, so she brings that experience into the side, and it's evident in today.
Catherine Johnson singled out for some praise at half-time. Our half-time panel, Laura Tupou, Les Alder and Christina Sue.
How good has she been? Highly involved in the game, great carry, she's running some good lines, she's a menace on defence, and even a great tip on there that got that try.
Taylor Perry there, just a shot of her at the end when she started to run. I thought opportunities were opening up a little wider for the Canadians. They would argue, well, we've got 3 tries, keeping it simple and in the pack, but Perry represents to me a real threat. Second half underway. Tessier. Inside the 22 to Johnson. Picks up where she left off in the first half. Kaylee getting themselves a little bit tangled up in the pod formation. Summer, who carried the ball, still just inside the 22, so touch on the full for relief here. Hawkins looks to be setting up for the clearing kick. Instead, Kaylee decides to pop one up over the top, but I'm not sure that was the play from the halfback on debut. Now it's Canada, who can jump straight back on the momentum train here early in the second half. Tessier finds Caljuvi. Up from fullback was Allery. And taking it to touch was Poulain. Just needed someone to straighten, change the angle.
Tip-on's nice here, but when you're that close to the sideline, you know your only option is to come in. And that's a really good defensive effort there by Pfizer to be able to take her into touch there.
Some great collegiality between the USA front row. De Goody picks off Kedlinski. Second time in the match that's happened. Boom. Miller up to Harrigan. Excellent field position again now for Canada. Miller has a dart, can't make any forward progress. Shortens up the short side, and Taylor Perry deputises behind the ruck. Trying to get the pass away quickly was Tessier. Harassed by Catherine Johnson, who concedes, unfortunately for her, the knock-on call. Bookaboo tries to get a fend working on Nick James. Castle. Castle picks and goes again. Deguda to Buisa. Already 1 try for her. Bumps off the first. Building beautifully here, Sui. And just as we say that, the ball goes loose. Canada, though, get the penalty.
You heard coach at half-time saying the one thing they said in the sheds for USA was to tidy up their discipline and can't afford to be giving away penalties this close to the try line. Impressive from Canada in terms of their continuity plays. They were able to build phases, structured, composed. And when you have pressure like that, USA are forced to concede a penalty.
Well, they obviously feel very much in the ascendancy here, Canada. De Goody, you would think, well within her range to kick penalty there. That would have taken it out to 20 points to 5. Starts to look like a big old lead, but they're backing their pack.
Yep, good here.
Yeah, why wouldn't you back your pack, Sumo? We've seen about 3 occasions already this game. The driving maul has been really, really effective for Canada. Can De Merchant get over for a hat-trick?
A ball has materialised. That's a good start.
Girls, outside shoulder.
Not straight is the
Outside
call.
shoulder.
Disappointing for Canada. They had the play. It was straight to the line-out drive for them, not to be. Scrum, USA.
Be interesting to see what these teams decide to do. The line-outs haven't been playing part for both teams today, so whether or not they'll start tapping and going, that'll be pretty exciting. Quite common in the women's game too, so it keeps things exciting.
Just feel, Les, the longer the USA try to play Canada's game here, the longer the day is going to be for them. Big scrum from Canada. Johnson does well to get it out for Kaylee. They are under the pump big time. Henrich. Benson. Necessary. Right where she needed to be.
Hold here. Hold.
Kaylee's touched. Ball is live, and unfortunately, they can't reel it back. It'll be USA line out.
It's interesting there. USA played 3 or 4 phases, trying to run it out in their 22. It puts pressure on them, and Bridget Cayley's been really good at organising her forward pack to give them what we're now calling the caterpillar, which is that extra protection for the halfback. Although in that instance, she had only one person protecting, and hence Canada were able to come over and charge it down.
They'll grind the couple here. Kadlinski toying with the touchline. Somehow they managed to keep that ball in. That's a minor miracle itself. Asking some questions of this Canadian pack on defence now. Through a combination of Canadian all-discipline and US grunt, they have managed to make it outside their 22. Hawkins goes out on the full, and that would be carried back, surely.
Yeah, they've definitely carried that one back, so it'll be coming back down, but it looks like it hasn't been picked up.
The AR didn't quite pick up on that, or Lauren Jenner on that instant. Oh, no, here they go.
It has been taken back. Thanks, Lee.
I thought the forwards did really well to actually just get some momentum off their pick and go there. Quite critical to get that kick out, but here we are back down in their own 22 USO, defending against a forward pack that is keen to just go forward.
So much youth for this side. I guess it makes it difficult to start thinking about playing expensive rugby. Conditions are against you. Combinations are against you, but they have to find a way, I think, Les, to keep the ball live and out of the ruck more play.
There's opportunity for offloads, definitely, and as you can see, DeGoody's actually did it a couple of times today. She's just picking and going in behind that ruck, which will bring the defence in, which will create space out wide. So if they can do a couple of those power plays to then extend out wide, that's pretty critical.
At the moment, it is a penalty advantage going Canada's way, and they are going towards the US line again. DeGoody sets it up. There's the knock on. They'll come back for the penalty.
No. We're just going to slow this one down. Time off, Captain. Cool, so we had a chat in the first half with a couple of minutes to go. There's too many penalties in the 22.
What was this for?
This was for collapsing them all. So that's 2 now, within probably about 10 minutes. We need discipline at this area of the field. Otherwise, someone's going to go. You're on your last warning for this area of the field. Yes, correct.
Lauren Jenner ain't taking no nonsense today.
No, she isn't. Someone will be rallying her girls and giving them that message.
We
They
can
can't
that,
afford to have anyone go to the bin, so discipline's important for USA right now.
We were.
As good as Catherine Johnson's been this whole game, I think she was the one that was caught there collapsing the maul there, which is very challenging when you've got a pack like Canada that has this momentum, really good off the set piece, driving more.
Yeah, it's well picked up, Sui. Tafu, try scorer for the US today.
Watch in front. Watch in front. Yes.
Harrigan had to be on the mark, and it was just enough. Now the driver's on. US desperate to hold this up over the line. It is short. Centimetres in it. Surely the plant is there. Surely it is. It is. It is.
I think there was a foot in there by the USA team to stop that maul and cause it to fall short, but nothing a good pick and go couldn't correct.
Great moment for Courtney Holtkamp. Gets the try for Canada. Every time they set in this part of the field, though, Sui, it just feels inevitable for Canada.
Yeah, they're just really well structured. Their set piece is outstanding, although I did think that initial throw was marginally, you know, not straight, but I mean, they taken advantage of any, you play to the whistle, as they say, and Holtkamp was deserving of that try. Again, USA need to get them out of this pressure zone. They're playing too much footy in their own 22, and when you're up against a really solid pack like Canada, you know, the scoreboard pressure is now starting to bear on them.
Looks like we've got Veronica Harrigan come off for Canada, replaced by Laura Russell. She debuted in 2011. She's actually captained this team before against USA, so great replacement. Great game, Veronica.
Diggory not quite on target with the boot today, but Courtney Holtkamp blows a kiss to the camera.
We'll bring them on.
It's great awareness of angles.
How good have that locking pair been? Boom and Holtkamp. Very impressed with their effort this game.
Yeah, totally agree with you, Liz.
Plates, time on.
Real engine room stuff today. Conditions called for it.
Yeah, in your time, kicker.
Svoboda takes it into contact. Miller there. Very just willing to get rid of it. Again, it's Boom.
We've also had Jordan Mateus come on for Evie Aschenbrucker. Mateus there, also known as Jordan Gray. She replaces Aschenbrucker.
I'm sure Jordan's partner Ryan will be watching across in the States. So g'day to you, Ryan, and all the old Blue Brigade. Picked up, Boyce's gone, shut it down. Last thing the US needed, they were trying to find a way around. They haven't been able to go through, and Boyce bags a double.
What a read from Boyce. Knew where it was going, knew to shoot out of the line. When you're 180 centimetres tall, that physical, she was a winger, so she knows how to read from the outside in. Timing was spectacular and well deserving of this try almost under the sticks.
It's a part of their game that they're really good at, their line speed and defensive reads. They're a team that's mobile, they're athletic, and they do not stop. And that there was a result of some hard work and some great line speed.
Diggory this time is good. Conversion is there. 29 points to 5 now. 52 minutes gone in the match here in Tauranga. Beautiful Bay of Plenty, Aotearoa, New Zealand. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the world. It has been a statement today from the Canadians. Loose from the restart.
Hold blue. Hold here.
US need to hold their nerve here. Kick is made by Bitsup. Straight to hand, been the story of the kicking game from the US today as well. Too many easy targets. Miller. Numbers on the short side for Canada this time. Caljuvi has hit hard. Matthias making her presence felt. Sees the penalty instead. Just getting a little high on the tackle. Tessier. Easy meters. There's a seatbelt there, wasn't it, from Georgie Paris-Redding?
It would help if
we're in the mark here,
Mateus was to go a little bit lower. Chop tackle is needed when Canada get the momentum like that, but we saw it in the first half. They're really looking like they're wanting to attack that blind side, which has been dangerous for them.
Line out works well. Perry thought about taking on the line and then made the pass to Tessier. Back for the goodie. Svoboda. No nonsense, number 7. Sarah Svoboda. Been through a lot of tough stuff today, hasn't she, Les Svoboda? You haven't really noticed her. She hasn't been a standout, but she's just got on with the job.
Quite common for a good open side flanker, you know, just get about their business. You don't see them do the big things, it's the small things that they're often doing, securing rucks, that sort of thing. So, yeah, outstanding by her.
Look, I can read between the lines, Les. You don't have to job interview with me.
I'm just giving props to the 7s.
Just here. Girls have lost forward in the tackle, blue scrum.
The game's going to lose its shape a little here, as it sometimes does when substitutions are made. Tired bodies as well, Sui.
Yeah, it can go either way, can't it? Sumo, the bench can come on and make a real big impact. I think Canadians call them the finishers. So it's an exciting time for that bench to come in and see if they can look to change the momentum a little bit and execute their core roles in conditions that are not the flashes.
Georgie Paris-Redding still full of energy, exhorting her teammates here at scrum time. The debut number 7 for the USA, and it is. It's a good platform. Little second weight coming from Canada. Not before Kaylee got rid of it. Katana Howard. Big boot downfield to Aliusa Lari. There's a good step on her too. To the grandstand side. That's gone forward out of the hands of Buisa and is called as such. What an athlete she is.
Yeah, it's almost back your running pace there and drawing the player by actually running at them at pace, and she would have put her away within that 5-metre channel. But I've said it almost the whole game is that blind side is on and Canada are looking to expose it. It's just the skill set, unfortunately, is letting them down a little bit.
The only real stat of merit, Canada finds itself on the wrong side of handling errors in this game, but that's probably a lot to do with the fact they have almost 20% more possession in the game. 14 missed tackles now.
Yeah, advantage.
The USA. There is a reminder of that possession stat. Hawkins looking for runners, and Katana Howard, who has been starved rather so far in this match, just shows a little touch of her class too. Bits. Kaylee to Johnson.
Girls, there's no advantage there. Captain, have you got one in the middle of the field for offside or a scrum penalty over on the 5? Sideline. Put the mark in there.
Takes the scrum option.
The scrum penalty.
Captain Christine Summer.
Yeah, the scrum penalty they want.
I think USA have an opportunity to get in behind, roll ball behind Katana Howard. Obviously, Canada knows she's a big ball carrier, so they're marking her pretty well, but there's probably space to go out behind her to get to the edges.
Moment of truth now. Best opportunity of the half for this USA side. Katana Howard. Will she be involved in the play? Little break in the weather here.
6.
Howard is close in. Has to be a running option. Jordan Matias waited for the ball, sets the drive on her. Now back to Kaylee. Here is Howard. Howard to the line. Hawkins just a little deep on the play. Matias, great drive from her.
They all good tie.
Johnson.
Tackle!
Ball is lost in the tackle. Tessier comes away with it. Can Canada counter-attack here? And the touchline wins the race on this one.
We heard Les talk about it before, about Katana Howard having to roll out the back, and you know, a player with that size and that power, you almost think, get direct. You've seen those forwards around the corner to actually put pressure on Canada. So I'm just unfortunate that his handling there is ball into contact, bubbling there.
It was a good looking play, but it all evolved so far behind the gain line. You've got to take those plays to the line. Looking to punch through. Here's Russell. Speaking of punch, and she loses it in contact. USA still cheering every win.
Looks like we've got some substitutions happening. We've got 20, number 20, Emma Taylor coming on for Tyson Bukaboom. We've got 22, Maddie Grant coming on for Sarah Kaljubi. And we've got 23, which is Renee Gonzalez, coming on for Sabrina Poland.
Big shift from all three. Deserve their break and they're happy, and so they should be. Maddie Grant, jersey 22 for Canada on her debut today. We congratulate her.
Stand up, sorry, we just have a lace. Just let her sit up.
How good was Bukaboom today? She deserves her rest. She's done well. Took her team forward, highly involved. Great game by her.
Well, I think she might be in the conversation for the MasterCard Player of the Match today. That is for sure.
Crouch. Bones. Sit.
Johnson, another contender for that honour as well. She's away. Buisa had to make the tackle and does, and then the ball lost by Henrich.
Lost forward.
It's a real shame. Catherine Johnson usually trying time after time. I think her halfback Kaylee would give her another option if she was to go around the blind as well, rather than letting her go on the own. If she went around as well, it would have created a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 situation there. So perhaps a 9 can be a little bit more involved in those set-piece attacking plays.
We're just seeing Nick James come off. She's
can you just watch the side for me?
Caught it for the day. Nick James at number 3.
Yep. Replaced by Charlie Jacoby, and Maya Leonard in place of Catherine Benson. Two front rowers for the US have put in an honest day's work today for sure. DeGoody out the back. Better set up this from Canada. Just the last pass, and again, players just too deep in the system.
Hold here.
It's been lost forward by the US though, so Canada get a reprieve here and a chance to set again. Emma Taylor. That one has gone through the hands, and it will be a scrum this time.
No advantage. First by blue, then red. Yep, bring what are they, please? Blue 8.
It came off the foot and couldn't quite pick it up when it's bobbling around the ground like that. Another sub there, Les.
Yep, we've got Elizabeth Cairns coming on for Catherine Johnson. I mean, how great has she been today? I think when you're playing behind the gain line so much and you're chasing the game like that, to still be able to stand up and play like she has, outstanding by Johnson.
Red stripe was first lost one by blue and then by red. Red ball.
Let's go, Charles! Squeeze! 6!
Crouch! Bind! Set!
1, 2, 3,
hold half.
Good scrum again to good as strong off the back. Tessier has become much more involved in this game as the afternoon has worn on. Second 5, and she's in it again. Good ball out to Ferries. Rain bucketing down again, and the pass too hard this time for Do Good. Should I say Laura Russell? Apologies.
Girls, we can't play on from there. It was lost forward, but it was advantage. It was first lost on by red.
We'll have another scrum. USA with the feed.
Lost forward. There was no advantage.
That pass to Laura Russell just showed what they're capable of. If they start to play a bit flatter and on top of USA, if she would have pulled that one off, it would have been some great game line carry. I think she would have been in for a bit of a run there. So I think if Canada can flatten up their attack, it could pay dividends for them.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Matchhouse under pressure. He's got rid of the headgear. Says, come on, let me at it. Henrich.
Okay.
Sets for Kaylee.
Tackle!
Some of the captain. Still full of running. 63rd minute of the game. Haley slow. Counter ruck comes in from Canada. Hawkins.
Yeah, wingers on.
Just not able to get her set up ready. Mackenzie Hawkins. Been a bit of a feature for her today. Coming forward and takes a great catch. One slides off the foot through the defensive line. No, knock on, says Lauren Jenner.
You girls, it was lost forward.
Just quickly, two team, we've had Michaela Nelson, number 17, come on for Brittany Castle, number 1.
No, it was lost forward. No, we were happy with that, yeah. Is your guys scrum?
It almost looked like Hawkins was lining up for a kick then, a little triple threat run, kick or pass.
Number
and it
1
was just,
red.
I mean, great defence there from Canada to
10
put pressure
blue.
on her.
10.
There is Michaela Nelson, as mentioned. And Les Elder, our sideline commentator. Brittany Castle's night, should I say day, has come to an end.
Crouch! Bind!
And another debut for the US as well. Sammy Sullivan in jersey 23 takes the place of Mackenzie Hawkins in the USA. Ball's loose from Maddie Grant. Anna Miller's had a good game, but that wasn't one of her better passes. USA will get the scrum feed here. Bitsy Cairns showing her appreciation there in jersey 20 for the US.
And Sam Sullivan went on for Hawkins, who had a great game who has had a good game for USA. And Sam Sullivan gets her debut opportunity, so a neat moment for her and her family.
Lay to set up. Ty, I'll get you to watch this side, please. I'll stay this side. Have a new prop, sir.
Here we go, Charles. Sink. Seconds.
Squeeze. Sit. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hit. 1, 2.
Advantage.
Katana Howard. Again throws the pass, and I think just
No advantage.
split second too early for Katana Howard.
Yeah, someone like with her athletic ability, her size, her power, almost just needs to get that game line. You spoke about it before, Sumo. Rugby's about winning the race to the game line, getting that advantage line. And when you play behind it force those errors, that it's costly, but for them they're under penalty advantage.
Exciting moment coming up. We've got Shelby Lynn debuting today. She's warming up on the sideline, looking to replace Bridget Kaylee, another debutante who's played really good behind a forward pack that's often found themselves going backwards. So congratulations to those two ladies and their families.
Yeah, quite right, Les. What a wonderful moment for all the debutantes today. And Shelby Lynn takes the field for the first time in Women's Eagles colours. And Bridget Kaylee can be 100% proud of her effort today. Tough day at the office, on debut. Pack coming second in a 2-horse race.
Time's on.
Outstanding performance.
Advantage.
That's not outstanding, however. Now it's charged down and we'll have another scrum.
Yeah, I guess so those replacements come on and you want to have impact, but then obviously it's all about timing. Have we got the right course? Have we got the lifters in positions? The jumper's been dynamic. And obviously the throwers need to know who they're going to. And in moments like that, when replacements are on, can't quite get the timing correct.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Kick is made by Miller. Speaking of halfbacks, hasn't she performed beautifully? She's had a Ferrari in front of her, but you've got to keep up.
Any halfback, Tumo, that's behind a, you know, a powerful forward pack. And it's a huge advantage when you get that front football. There's the man himself, the director of rugby, they're calling him, Wayne Smith. I think he's had a huge impact so far in the Black Ferns build-up, and be interesting to see them go at it next.
Loose again. Here is Katana Howard. Taken down finally by Maddie Grant.
Okay.
Summer loses the ball in contact, and the Canadians have more possession.
Replacements, 2 blue.
Another debutante about to take her turn on the field and represent her country. Number 18, Maya Montiel.
You're waiting for it. Time's on. Okay, yeah, next stoppage. Thank you. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Taken back. Onside.
Catherine Shredder's also joined the USA pack, replacing Joanna Kitlinski.
Thank you, Les. Picked up by Sammy Sullivan.
Hold on.
Kick is made. Only as far as Miller.
Top red. Inside the 50.
Tessier has a big boot on it. May have been carried back. Wasn't going to take the risk, Tess Fury. It's not seen a lot of play today, the left wing for the USA. And we'll only be seeing a defensive play right now.
Talked about it before, Liz. So Voda in there like any good loose forward. Knows to show those pitches. Great body position. All over that ball, and the referee, Lauren Jenner, she interprets what she's seeing, which is body over the ball with lack of support from USA. Great turnover from her.
Good, let's hit 6.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I got from here. Yeah, I see the 3. I got it here.
Straight to the hands this time of Degudi at line outside. Matias ridden to the ground by Emma Taylor. Sliding on the knees to take the catch. Elisa Alaray. Miller through the hands of Russell. Now picked up by Taylor Perry.
Tackle!
Perry sets well for Miller. Back to the left-hand side, and that one's been dropped and tackled. Sammy Sullivan
step.
Kayla Nelson makes the tackle on Sullivan. Matsias has the ball in possession again. Strong showing with limited minutes from Jordan Matsias. Tonga.
Tackle was made.
Stripped away. Holding is the
release.
call.
USA, though, you know, that roll ball was on, but unfortunately Canada's line speed was just too good for them, and they almost went backwards 5 metres. And, you know, Louise is obviously over that ball. It was just unfortunate that the knees were on the ground, but she had the right idea. Her line speed's exceptional.
5 and 9 red.
We've got Abby Dugood debuting in number 19 for 5, and she's replacing Courtney Holtkamp, who's had a great game. We've also got Anais Holly replacing Canada's number 9, Brianna Miller.
Anais Holly into the game. Great moments all across this 80 minutes. Brianna Miller, she's had a wonderful match. And rightly so, receives the plaudits from her teammates, largely the forward pack. Thanks very much for that. Small break in play here. Some medics on scene. Don't forget, tickets on sale for Rugby World Cup 2021, now being played in 2022. Of course, a chance for New Zealanders to show their support for the women's game. Don't worry to follow the action with the official Rugby World Cup app, available now on your iOS and Android devices. QR code on your screen if you want to get amongst it. Wonderful app too, plenty on there. Follow all the news. Be involved in a Rugby World Cup. It's been a minute. Here's Sophie De Goody. Gets a fend on De Goody. Taken from behind by Matsias. Great ball at halfback from Laura Russell. Chases on now. Sullivan gets the feet involved. Henrich setting it up and wins the penalty too. Brave play from the right wing.
Tessier caught in there, but how good has Sophie De Goody been? She was the one that forced that turnover, contesting in that line out, gets the pick and go. It's just unfortunate that Tessier couldn't roll away there.
Well, we've certainly had some conversations around our MasterCard player of the match today.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tyson Burkaboom was outstanding for Canada, as was Brianna Miller. Catherine Johnson for the USA. And Sophie De Goody in that conversation as well. There she is. And captaining her side for the first time.
What a debut game to have played as captain. Debut captain match for De Goody, and she's been outstanding.
Do you remember yours, Les?
Yep, I do. It was against USA, actually, over in USA. Very, very hot San Fran day. But yeah, loved it.
Good run from Ferries. 6.5 remaining here in Tauranga.
One more.
Taylor Perry playing halfback now.
Backwards. Yeah, knock on.
Maya Montiel. The head strapped up in jersey 20.
Hold.
Tessier. Sets for Perry. Here's Maddie Grant. Buisa. Looks to be going the distance today. Pamphonette Buisa. Taylor Perry. Buisa again. Carbon copy play. Through the first line of defence, Buisa. Nice Holly kicking wide. Chance here for Alarie. Took out the defender Sullivan early. Lynn popping it up for Lerner.
Balls out. You're offside. Number 10.
Taylor Perry just getting a little bit over-enthusiastic, looking for a turnover play. That's what happens when you're 10 moves into halfback, hey, Sue?
Yeah, look at her. She's doing the work now. She's had a great game at 10 and transitioning to 9. And when you get up and make tackles like that, to get back on your feet and in the line was a little bit more challenging for her and caught behind that vantage line.
More good running from Ferries. Perry a bit high on the pass this time to Nelson. Nelson sets up and the US win the penalty. I'm going to give the US this, Les. They celebrate a ruck turnover penalty like no other team in the world.
Yeah, they were going crazy at that one there. With that Georgie Paris-Redding getting a turnover on debut, so pretty exciting. I'd be celebrating as well.
Captain, just discipline around the breakdown. Just too many penalties, okay?
Well, after a big conversation, it's official. Our MasterCard player of the match, Canadian captain Sophie de Goody. She really has been spectacular in tough conditions today. Led from the front. She's done everything. A line-out weapon. She's been good on the drive. She's won turnovers. Excellent all-round match.
How cool is it to see forwards kicking conversions these days? Really cool. She's obviously got a wide skill set, so congratulations, Sophie. You were outstanding.
Last one.
It's time for you, Les.
Nah, I just got to get back on the field.
See, there's a bit of downtime, kick a few goals. Sammy Sullivan. Good step to get underway and then finds a connection with Henrich. Just goes straight off the chest and knock on again.
Should be disappointed with that, but like we said earlier, the conditions out here are not the greatest. It's a slippery ball, although it looks like the rain is no longer there, no longer present, but still, ball's a bit slippery and those handling areas are coming into play this end of the game.
Good run again for Tessier. Tessier looks inside. Taylor Perry, she's been looking for that. Finally, they get one together, Canada. Taylor Perry, the beneficiary of a fantastic run from Alex Tessier.
Tessier's line break was outstanding. She just took it on, knew it wasn't on to pass and just backed herself. And why wouldn't you? She saw the space. And like any good halfback, she transitioned well, Perry, in that right optimistic line running to be in support and dot down there for the try.
Tessier actually played 10 for Canada in the end of year tour games at the end of last year and showed that she was lightning with the ball in hand and in a bit of space. So cool to see her get that run through there. Seen Katana Howard turned her hips and she ran at her back. Great work.
It's taken 78 minutes, but finally a backline move comes to fruition in this match. Tessier, who has looked more threatening in the second half. Taylor Perry now playing at 9 to close out this game. Ran a great support line. He's there for the inside pass and made no mistake crossing the line. And you can see what that meant to her as well. Taylor Perry, we spoke to her before the match with Narelle Sindos, and she just looked very excited about the opportunities today presented. She's taken one herself. And de Goody bending this one back around and converts the try. 30 seconds remaining in the match, and it has been comprehensive from Canada.
Sit behind.
Last play of the game. How fitting that Sophie de Goody takes another hit up. Montiel on debut. It's a pick and drive picnic out here in Tauranga today. This should be the last play of the game. It will be. Tessier has the final say, and Sophie de Goody has led the Canadians to a massive win to open their campaign. 36 points to 5. Jubilation in Canadian ranks. Some soul searching now for the USA. Their coach, Rob Kane, I know has an eye on the future. We also know that a number of players were unavailable for this opening game, given their commitments to the English Premiership clubs. And they toiled away as best they could today, this USA pack, but they were just outclassed. Take nothing away from Canada. They knew that game they wanted to play, and unfortunately the USA largely let them play it. Handshakes all round. As always, rugby's traditions of spirit and collegiality exist at the highest levels of the sport. Dave Lintop, one of familiar faces to anyone who's followed rugby in this country, taking the official team photo. And let's go and catch up with Narelle Sindos. First of all, with the Canadian captain and player of the match.
Thanks, Sumo. Yes, I'm here with Sophie de Goody. Well, what a statement win. Really set the foundation for the tournament. It was great to watch. How did it feel?
No, I'm honestly so pleased you said statement, because that was exactly what we talked about in the team room before coming out here, was making a statement and trying to prove ourselves and that we have a shot to win the World Cup, a good shot to win the World Cup in a few months' time. So we knew this was the kind of kickoff to that journey. And I'm really happy with, like you said, the statement that we made. And also big credits to the US for putting up a great fight. They're definitely North American rivals, and it was a pleasure to be able to play them again.
What was the most pleasing aspect about the victory?
I don't know that we had the start that we necessarily wanted out of the gate. So I think what I was most pleased about was the way that we regathered ourselves and kind of kept it going and kept building pressure. And then eventually we started to punch in those tries. So I'm really happy with our composure.
And Sophie, your mum and dad both captain the national teams. This is your first test as captain. What is a little bit emotional for you?
Yeah, I honestly don't have the words. I lucked out with the gene pool, and I love them both to death, so I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to follow in their footsteps today.
Okay, and if any, what takeaways will you head into next week with?
I think that start. So we didn't quite execute the game plan right off the kickoff, and I think we'll look to just be a bit more clinical. Also our discipline, and I'm as guilty of it as anybody, so those two things, being more clinical with our game map in the first 20 minutes and then discipline throughout the game.
Sophie, congrats and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sophie de Goody, Christina Sue was an absolute tower of strength for the Canadian side today.
Oh, she was outstanding in terms of her role execution. Les talked about it earlier, about her being the kicker. She's a contestant in the lineouts. She's a great ball runner, great fend, athletic, and a real workhorse. So, you know, really deserving of this player of the match.
All right, let's go and hear now from Christine Sommer, standing by with Narelle Sindos.
Christine, commiserations. What didn't seem to work out there for you today?
We definitely came out really strong in the first 20 and then kind of let ourselves down in the middle of the game. We had 8 line-out turnovers, and I think that was a big miss for us. Is that what we worked on all week?
Missing half the squad who played in the English Premiership final on Friday. Does that factor in when you come to assess this loss?
We've definitely had a lot of transition. We're testing the depth of our squad, and I think it's a testament for everyone coming together with that many players missing. But I think we did it really well, and we're excited for the next match against Australia.
Heaps of debutants. What do you think they've learned from this experience?
what an experience for them to come out here in a World Cup year and get their first cap. I think it's really big for them, all the experience that they're bringing to the team and everything they're going to bring back to the States.
Christine, all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, she led with calmness today, Christine Summer. Probably knew her pack was under the pump there for last periods of the match, but she never let up, never let her team let up, and that's good captaincy as well. Also on debut as a captain today. Sweet. We're having a look at the Canadian side right now, but the Americans can take something from this game. They were in the fight for large periods.
They were, particularly in that first half. I guess what let them down was probably that lack of ability to get off the line. Our defence was a little bit disjointed, but they've got some players with some real skill sets, and it's about piecing that together. And, you know, Summer talked about it before. When you're missing 9 players, it gives opportunities for others, the debutants, to make their mark, but also a test, like she said, on the depth of their squad.
Well, MasterCard, not only proud supporters of the player of the match, but also the fan of the match. And today's fan of the match is Maddie Ramsden, presenting the MasterCard Player of the Match trophy to Sophie de Goody, the Canadian captain. Maddie's very passionate about rugby, and she's played club rugby for Te Puke, part of the Te Puke Intermediate Rugby Academy, Year 7 student at Te Puke, and in the Ty Mitchell rugby team for 2022. Maddie's dream goal in life is to become a Black Fern. Let's go back to Narelle.
Hello again, Sophie. Congratulations. Is this just the icing on the cake?
Yeah, for sure, but it's going to sound cliche. It was genuinely the team. Like, Liv got us started with 2 tries. Pam came in really strong. That intercept try, I think we were all in awe. So honestly, I think it was for sure a team effort today.
And having a fan of the match as well, such a great thing for them, and seeing you guys up close and really get to inspire that next generation of rugby players.
Yeah, it's really neat to be playing in a country like New Zealand, where rugby is so much a part of the culture, and we're trying to build that in Canada. So it's really cool to have young women, young girls, I guess, out watching these matches and participating as fans and hopefully as players in the future.
Yeah, what is the support like back home?
Well, support's great from the rugby community, and the goal is just to help build the rugby community. We're a big hockey country, we're growing in soccer, things like that, and we think rugby has the great potential, especially on the women's side, to really make an impact, and that's part of our goal in this World Cup cycle, is to help grow the game back home.
And will you get a chance to celebrate this all tonight, or is it head down for next week?
Well, I think we'll enjoy it for the rest of the day, and then the minute we get on that bus to Auckland tomorrow, we'll turn right back around and get ready.
All right, Sophie, good luck, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Yes, a clinical and composed Canada today take the first victory of the Pacific Four, the World Rugby Tournament, bringing 4 of these teams to New Zealand shores as an appetizer for Rugby World Cup 21. Today, it's all about the team in red. They have taken down their North American rivals, and they've done it in some style. 36 points to 5.